A property sitting on half an acre of land, almost 2,500 square feet, 3-car garage, completely surrounded by trees. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Citrus Springs. Let's begin. Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube family. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, welcome. My name is Wilfredo and I'm a real estate advisor here in the wonderful state of Florida. And my only goal for this channel is to showcase all the opportunities and the best properties that we have within the state of Florida. So anyone out there looking to buy your primary residence, a second home, an investment property, if you are any one of those people, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any time I post any of these weekly videos. Today, my YouTube family, we find ourselves in Citrus Springs. And to give you an idea of where Citrus Springs is located here in Florida, we're just 30 minutes west of Ocala, 60 minutes north of Tampa, Florida, and 90 minutes northwest of downtown Orlando. So now that you guys have a pretty good idea of where Citrus Springs is located, let's talk about this property that we're going to tour today. This house is going to feature 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,478 square foot, sitting on half an acre of land, my friends. Now, this entire property is surrounded by trees, so right away you're going to have plenty of privacy. I'm standing on your driveway in front of your 3-car garage. This driveway, plenty of space to accommodate 9 vehicles. Now, the house itself is made of concrete block construction. You're gonna see this beautiful stacked stone in the front of the property, giving this house really nice curb appeal. Now, as we walk to the front, we have this small walkway that's gonna lead into this patio space. Now, if you're someone that likes to enjoy that morning coffee, when the sun goes up, you have plenty of space to do that. Set up a couple of chairs and enjoy that peace and tranquility that this property is gonna give you. Now, my friends, let's get inside. All right, so stepping inside the home. Now, some quick specs about the home that I want you to keep in mind as we tour this property. You're gonna have 9.5-foot ceilings throughout the entire home, luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout this entire space. You are gonna see cozy carpet in your bedrooms, and you are gonna see ceramic tiles in your bathrooms. Now, one thing I really like about this home, you step in, you have this foyer area, and you have this hallway that's gonna lead into the open concept areas of this home. But first, let's check out my favorite guest bedroom of this property. And the reason why it's my favorite is right here at the front of the home, and it has a lot of privacy. So this would be a good guest bedroom for your in-laws, or maybe you have an older child that you've been trying to kick out of your home but doesn't want to leave and needs their privacy. This is a good section for them. So in this little hallway, you have a nice window that's going to give you a view of your front patio. Right here is your bathroom, but first let's check out the very first guest bedroom. So cozy carpet on your flooring. You're gonna have a nice double window that's gonna lead out into the front of the property. And then over here, my friends, nice double door closet that's gonna give the person in this room a lot of space to hang up your clothes. And you even have space on both sides of the closet as well. So plenty of space to hang up all of your clothes. Now, being that it's the very first guest bedroom and it has this very nice ensuite, once again, nice and private for the person that's going to be in this first guest bedroom. Of course, you have your toilet, and you have this beautiful ceramic tile that's going to go all the way to the top. Shower tub combination, quartz countertop vanity on this side, and plenty of cabinets on both sides. And if you're someone like me, you can really appreciate these cabinets on the sides, because I like to keep things nice and organized, and this allows you to do that. If I didn't mention ceramic tile, I think I mentioned that as we walked in. And then you're going to have a nice linen closet here as well. So as we step into this hallway, once again, this is going to lead us into this open concept area. So we are going to be connected with your living room, your kitchen, and your dining. And like I said outside, my friends, this house is almost 2,500 square feet, and you see a lot of that square footage in this area. So starting off over here in your living room, on this huge wall, my friends, this is where you're going to put your big screen TV. You see the builder already put the outlet and the cable jack really nice and high. So when you hang up that big TV, you don't have any of that exposed wiring shown down below. So a really nice clean look for your TV. And this is where you're going to put your couches, your love seat, your recliner, L shapes, you know, however you want to configure your couches. Plenty of space to do that with your coffee table, side tables. Boom. This is where you're going to spend that family quality time. Over here, you have your sliders that lead out to your backyard and into that lanai. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. Behind your living room space, my friends, This is gonna be your beautiful kitchen. Lots and lots of counter space. You're gonna have quartz counters. And I know a lot of people don't like to have their sink in their counter because it takes away from the prep space, but that's not a problem in this kitchen, my friends. You have plenty of counter space on either side to prep all of your food. Behind me, more counter space, more cabinets. So 42-inch cabinets. You have that soft close feature that we definitely love to have in our homes. Nice and elegant touch. Crown molding up top. All the stainless steel appliances that you see are coming with the home. So your dishwasher, your microwave, your stove, and of course your refrigerator right behind me. And then in this section, once again, more cabinets, more space. This would be a great area for a coffee bar or an espresso bar. Plenty of space to put that. And then cabinets down below, cabinets up above, plenty of storage. Now, on this side of the kitchen, this is gonna be your dedicated dining room, breakfast nook. You know, you could put a nice big table in this section. Now, to fit the space really, really nice, I think a nice round table would fit the space perfectly. You can have double window on this wall, double window on this wall, so plenty of light coming into your breakfast area, my friends. Now, in this section is gonna be 2 guest bedrooms. And then in the middle right here, nice and convenient, you are gonna have a linen closet. So a really good place right in between the 2 guest bedrooms. So, guest bedroom number 2. Once again, that cozy carpet. You have a window facing the side of the property. You can have a recessed light, and these are pre-wired, so if you wanted to switch this out and put a nice ceiling fan, you can do that. Now, with the square footage of this house, you are gonna have really good sized guest closets. So it's pretty much like a nice walk-in for your guest bedrooms. And normally you don't see that. Most of the time you see these guest bedrooms with just the door that are open and you close, but really nice walk-in closet for your guest bedrooms. And this, my friend, is gonna lead into your Jack and Jill bathroom. So in here, double sink vanity, cabinets down below, beautiful ceramic tile once again all the way to the top. And then, like I said, Jack and Jill, which means this door leads into the 3rd guest bedroom. So both bedrooms are gonna share that bathroom. So once again, carpet, window, and then you're gonna have another good sized walk-in closet for your guest bedroom. Now, stepping right back outside, let's go into your open concept. Once again, the heart of the home, pass through your kitchen. And in this section, my friends, this is where we're gonna find your pantry, your laundry room, and your garage. So let's start off with your pantry. So 1, 2, 3, 5 shelves, so plenty of room to store all of your food, your canned goods, your water, plenty of storage in there. This, my friends, is kind of like a drop zone area. So if you come in, this is gonna be garage. Come in, set your keys, your purse, and then more cabinets down below for more storage. So this door is your laundry room. So washer dryer is gonna be coming with the property. You have your wire rack up top. And a really good thing about this laundry room, you have a window. Normally, you don't see windows in laundry rooms. With this builder, you do. To this door, it's gonna be your AC handler, okay? So like I said, this is your garage. So 3-car garage, like we saw outside. Plenty of space for 3 cars, your golf carts, a small boat, motorcycles, plenty of space to, you know, do some work in here. If you like working on your cars or you want to set a little table, workbench, you have plenty of space to set that on this side. Of course, normally in your garages, we see your electrical panel, your water heater. And I do want to mention, you are going to have car garage door openers coming with the property, but this also connects to your phone. So if you wanted to use your phone to open up your garage doors, you definitely have the capability with this guy as well. So stepping back in. Now, once again, passing the kitchen and your living room, we are gonna enter into this section of the house where we're gonna find your master bedroom. This door leads into a nice closet. And then right here is gonna be your master bedroom. And my friends, look at the size of this master bedroom. Just kind of keeps on going. I don't know if you could pick that up on your screens, but really, really huge master bedroom. You have plenty of space to put a California King, nightstands, dresser, your TV. You have a double window that's gonna overlook the back of the property, and then really nice tray ceilings to give it a nice, elegant look, my friends. Now, really nice feature in this home, they installed a nice barn door that leads into your master bathroom. Ceramic tiles on the floor, beautiful glass enclosed shower, ceramic tile. You have a nice window that's gonna bring in more light, place for your soap, nice modern shower head and your handle. This is going to be another closet, which I still think they are going to put shelves in there. So for now, no shelves. But like I said, this house isn't 100%. So it's about 90–95% done. Once again, they need to put in your mirrors, and they actually have the mirror in the master closet. You'll see that in a second. Double sink vanity in here. And this little section, I think, will be a great area for the females to do their makeup. And then this is going to be your water closet. Once again, you have a window. We love windows. So nice and private. Just close that up, take care of your business. And then behind me, like I said, this is going to be your master closet. Boom, there's your mirror that's going to be installed really soon. Wire rack going all the way around. And like I say in a lot of my videos, you take these off, put some nice custom cabinets, make this closet really nice and elegant. And then once again, we keep seeing windows throughout the entire property. Why not have one more in your master closet? Now, my friends, let's go into your backyard and check out all the space we have back there. Okay, so stepping outside into this nice cover the eye. So really good space to have here in Florida to enjoy your time in your backyard. In the summer, it can get really hot with that sun, but right here you have your enclosed eye, so you can set up your chairs and your table and a nice grill and enjoy your time in the backyard. Now let's step into this grass. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this house is on a ½ acre of land. So the listing agent told me that they are going to clear out more of these trees. So once again, you are going to have a much bigger yard. Like I said, ½ an acre. So your property line goes really deep into these trees. So once again, no HOA, no CDD. So no one can tell you what you can and cannot do with your property. Now, once they clear out these trees, you're going to have endless opportunities to put in a pool, a gazebo, fire pit, really create the experience that you want and really enjoy your backyard with you and your family and your friends. Now, this property is connected to a septic tank and you are going to be connected to public water. Now, that does it with your backyard. Let's go back inside and I'll talk to you about the price of the home and the different loan options you have to get into this property. Let's go. All right, my YouTube family, to wrap up this video, let's talk about a couple of different things. First, I just want to say I only film properties each and every time I do these videos. I only film properties that I believe have a lot of value. And I think this property checks a lot of those boxes. Quick recap, this property does have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, almost 2,500 square feet, sitting on ½ an acre, surrounded by trees. So I think this property is going to fit for a lot of different families. Now, let's talk about the price. The price of the home, this house is listed for $420,000. So what does that look like as far as your down payment? How much money do you need to put down in order to purchase this house? You have several different loan options. First, let's talk about your FHA. For an FHA, your minimum requirement to put down is 3.5%. So at 3.5%, your down payment is going to be $14,700. So you also have the conventional loan program that you can utilize. And with a conventional, your minimum to put down is 5%, and that's going to come out to $21,000. Now, another option you have, of course, you can always pay cash. Now, another factor to consider when you are purchasing your house, other than your down payment, are going to be closing costs. And that's going to be things like lender fees, title fees, prorated taxes, prorated insurance, just an accumulation of costs that comes out to roughly 3 to 4% of the purchase price of your home. But if you're paying cash, those closing costs are going to be a lot lower. And that's where I come in as your realtor. It's always my job to negotiate those closing costs and get you into these properties with as little out of pocket as possible. And now let's talk about your taxes and your homeowner's insurance. So taxes for this property here in Citrus County, you can expect to pay around $3,000 per year. And as far as your homeowner's insurance, this is a concrete block construction. New construction property at that, of course. You are in a flood zone X and you are going to have a home warranty. So you can expect to pay anywhere from $800 to $900 per year for your homeowner's insurance. That pretty much does it for the end of this video. You guys have all the information, all the numbers on this property. So once again, a quick reminder, anyone out there looking to buy or sell a property in Florida, you can always reach out to me. My information is always in the description below. I'd love to help each and every one of you guys out. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Later.